Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to the official Vainglory live stream. As you may have heard, the can't host this one, so this one will be a guest host, starring me, Shin Kaigen. And I also have on Skype with me right now the Super Evil Mega Corp dev Playoff Beard. Do you want to say hi? Well, take my word for it. He's there. Okay. So I just want to tell you guys that if you guys want to play, just make sure to add me. My name is Shin Kaigen. You can see it on screen. After every match, make sure that you're online and ready to go. And I'll go ahead and just pick people that are ready. I will only be playing on the NA server right now. Yeah, we can't hear you, playoff.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay. Great. Now we can hear you.
Okay. Well, then we got the little issues out of the way then early, I hope.
Yeah. Okay. Everything is good.
Yeah, so we're playing on North American servers today. If you're interested in playing with Shin, make sure that you add Shin Kagan. You see his IGN on the screen right now. And we'll be doing a lot of matches, and we'll be giving away 3,000 ice every match. Before everyone asks in the chat, if just to win ice, all you have to do is be watching the stream and following the channel. And then we have a little we have a little add-on that I just push the button and it randomly selects winners after each match. So you don't have to spam the chat. If you're watching and following, you have a chance to win 1,000 ice after every match. We usually give away about 15,000 ice every live stream.
Yep. And right now, if you guys have any questions for our devs, both Playoff Beard and Super Evil Fury are in chat right now. So if you have any questions, you could direct it to them, and I will be explaining to you how I play the game and how I'm going to go through it.
Yeah, much more interesting than me is ask Shin in the chat, what he's building, why he's building it, why he's doing things with the hero. Get some tips and some tactics for your games.
Oh yeah. So if you guys have any questions at all, I will be glad to answer them. Now, keep in mind, it might be hard for me to read the chat sometimes because it's gonna fly on by. But if I can see it, I will be glad to answer.
And I'll ask some things for you too that I see in there.
Okay, great, thank you. And yeah, and of course, as we mentioned, we'll be trying to give away 3,000 ice after every game. So I will try to end the games as fast as possible, so that way we can give you even more ice.
If you have a question, make sure to use @Vainglory so that I notice it easier in the chat, and I'll go ahead and ask Shin or try to answer as best I can.
People are already pretty hungry for ice. Let me go ahead and accept some friend requests now because it's taking a little while. But yeah, just remember, if you guys want to play, just be online and ready to go because I want to start as many games as I can. As quickly as I can. That way we can get you guys some more ice.
And as an extra bonus, in case you didn't realize it, we turned on Double Glory Weekend a little early today. So watch the stream, maybe play on the stream, and then hop in the game and earn more glory faster.
Most it usually starts after the stream, but now you guys get an extra 2 hours of bonus Double Glory action. Although it'd be cool if you guys stuck around to watch the live stream.
And Rat Guy, I see your question there. So yeah, we archive the stream on Twitch. We also try to put it on Vainglory Casual, like the whole Q&A live stream with Captain Nito from last week is on Vainglory Casual. I'll drop a link to that in the chat.
Alright, let's see. Last Boy Toph is gonna go probably in lane with Dagio Dart is going Glaive. I see someone in chat wanted me to play Jewel and walk us through the changes, so I'll go ahead and do that. It's a good thing too because Jewel is one of my better players, so I'll be glad to go ahead and do that. I might as well talk about it now, but there's a couple key changes. Mainly, Thunderstrike. Before, Thunderstrike used to only hit in front of Jewel, and that would be really annoying when trying to go like around corners or trying to chase someone. But now I can aim it wherever I choose, which is a huge buff in my opinion, because now I can shoot it behind me as I'm trying to flee, or over a wall if I know that they're there. And also the range on Thunderstrike, I believe, is extended just a little bit, which helps out a lot too. All right, so the number one item that I always buy on Jewel is a battery, and that's because the mana costs on Thunderstrike increase with every energy costs on Thunderstrike increase with every successive hit. So if I don't have some kind of item to solve my energy problems, I'm gonna go really quick. So you'll see that I usually try to rush like a void battery and probably boots.
Command entered.
So Blue Red, I see your question there real quick about Ringo's ult. So Ringo's ult is targeted, so that is going to go to the intended target no matter what. There are some abilities that you can body block in the game, like Scarf's skill shot, Spitfire. If you're an ally, you could jump in front of that since it's going to hit the first enemy or creature it comes in contact with, and try to keep an ally alive who might die from that attack.
So as you can see, I always thought the game being like a very aggressive player. I always love to counter jungle, because that way I'm actively denying the enemy gold. Jewel is a very great early fighter thanks to her passive. So if you guys didn't know, I believe it's called heavy plating. Let me check that. Heavy plating, which basically says that I resist more damage from the front and the sides.
No breaks.
So because of that, and at early levels, people don't have like a lot of like skills or even attack damage. I can negate a lot of what they do just by attacking them head on.
And this was obviously a very aggressive, well-coordinated invade here by these two guys. For you in your normal matches, maybe you're in public match, maybe you're not playing with someone you know, you're a little worried about whether you're going to be able to get the other player to do what you want them to do. Pull up the scoreboard right off of match start and look to see if someone buys Iron Guard Contract or something else that where you think, you know what, if I take Crystal Bit or if I take Weapon Blade, I'm going to have an early advantage on this person and I can try to invade, and if I run into them, it's going to go okay. Just know who's good in early game, who's good in late game. You don't want to go run into a level 1 Scarf, because Scarf will eat you alive if they know how to use their heroic perk and know how to get those basic attacks in. But use the scoreboard to see if you have an advantage off of match start, and that can help you decide whether you want to invade even when you don't know your allies.
So you see here, Petal actually did a pretty good move. Since we were constantly in their jungle, she actually went over to our side of the jungle and started to try to take that. But since we actually caught wind of it quick enough, we were able to pick up an easy kill. Let's see. But one thing to keep in mind though is you do not want to fight like a Scarf too early on, because his damage is insane. That perk that sets you on fire damages a lot more than you realize.
You are unbeatable.
I definitely know that usually if I run into him at level 1, I won't bother to fight him at all, because 3 or 4 auto attacks after the burn, I will die. So the very first item that I'm actually trying to buy right now is going to be a Frostburn. And that's generally always my first purchase no matter what. I find it to be pretty cool on her because it allows me to constantly chase someone down with Thunderstrike.
Mining has begun.
Do you ever do weapon builds, or you usually do crystal builds?
I've tried weapon builds before, and while they do a lot more consistent damage, I find that it's harder. It takes a little bit longer to get them off the ground. So I prefer crystal. Both builds work, mind you, but let's see. Hang on one sec. Gotta go chase down this Petal.
And Shin, I'm getting a couple comments in the chat that your mic could be louder.
My mic? Okay, sure. I'll see if I could adjust that for you guys. Let's see.
couple more questions from the chat. So the person asking about was it hard for Super Evil to, for those founders to start their own company? Go back, listen to the Q&A live stream with Captain Nito from last week, who is obviously one of the founders of the company, and he has some really good commentary on what that was like, for the very original members to start Super Evil. And for the person asking about journey boots, they do not grant additional move speed, which is something that people kind of assume, that travel boots to journey boots will get you some additional move speed, but it's all the intangibles. It's everything else when you pull up the shop and look at that list, the extra armor and everything else. That can really go a long way, and as a Koshka main, I love journey boots.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix my mic in a little bit. For now, I'll try to solve it just by talking a little louder. I'll just try to yell it into the mic. But if you guys can't understand me, I am very sorry. I will try to fix that very soon.
And we're definitely, for Dragon X, we're definitely going to be playing with different people each match, either people that have added Shin Kagen as a friend, and he'll do it through through party mode, or public match, whatever works out best.
Yep, so I'll basically be trying to add people, whoever has already added me in the game and is also ready to go, because I want to get as many matches as I can. Let's see. So right now, we're doing pretty well. I think the score right now is 7-3. Yep. Okay. So the gold mine is getting pretty full, but right now I don't know where any of the other 3 members are. Oh, I found one. I found 2. That's not good. So that's the main reason why I didn't want to start it then. And as you saw, I paid dearly for trying to check that push. Looks like Last Boy Toph and Dart are doing a pretty good job trying to fend them off though. Alright, let's quickly buy some pots, some traps, get back in the action.
And for those asking, this stream will go at least 2 hours, at least until 4 p.m. Pacific time, but it's really up to Shin to go, as long as he wants. We'll keep giving away ice post-match after each match.
Oh, really? As long as I want? That's
well, I want to go all night, but I'm not going to stop you. So again, for those who are joining us late, this is Shin Kagen guest hosting for Zkent this week. He has his own stream that you should definitely check out when this isn't going on, which is twitch.tv/ShinKagen. And I'm Playoffbeard, one of the Super Evil devs, and I'll be with you in picking questions out of the chat to ask Shin or answer them if I can. And Double Glory Weekend has already started, and we'll be giving away 1,000 ice to 3 lucky players after each match. So 3,000 ice each match. Just watch the stream and follow the channel, and you're automatically eligible to win. You don't have to spam the chat or anything else. There's no sway over it. I just use a Twitch plugin, hit the button, and it tells me who the winner is. So just watch and enjoy the match, and you might win 1,000 ice.
Yep. Okay. So what you guys saw there is we tried to go for the gold mine, but then we couldn't quite secure it, so they managed to steal it from under us. Even though we picked up 2 kills for it, the gold mine was, I believe, full, if not very close to full. So we definitely lost out on that trade. Kills early in the game aren't really worth a lot, so the gold mine would have been 900 gold to the team, 300 to each. So
Shin, they're asking what rank you are right now.
Right now, I think I'm only the hotness. Actually.
You don't have to say only. Just be like, I'm the hotness.
I'm all kinds deadly.
Oh no. That laser did not quite go where I wanted that to.
Enemy is impressive.
So Slayer Hunter, 3 winners after each match. No real set limit. Typically, we give away about 15,000 ice per live stream, but it could easily be more.
The fire hurts. I was trying to turn around and get in one Thunderstrike there, because I knew if I hit hit him with Thunderstrike, he would at least die too because he would be slowed thanks to my Frostburn. All right, so my next item after Frostburn, if I'm doing well, which I think I'm doing decently well this game, I'll go an Aftershock because the Aftershock provides a lot of nice stats that Jewel wants, like cooldown, that awesome bonus after that adds to my next basic auto when I cast an ability. And guess what? Thunderstrike has like a 2-second cooldown, so I could basically spam it and get the procs on Aftershock all day long. But I do advise that only buy that when you are doing well, because otherwise you'd probably do better to build with some kind of defensive item. While it's nice to do like a lot of damage on Jewel, she is still first and foremost like one of your frontline tanks. So if you can't take the damage, then you're not quite doing your job.
So one thing Lost Boy Top did there, which I just want to point out, so when Adagio started his ultimate channel, he used Reflex Block to protect himself from getting stunned out of it. This is a really important thing that you can do, especially if you're finding yourself frustrated that that long channel is getting interrupted by people with CC. So think about using that Reflex Block to protect yourself, or if you have a team comp that has a Catherine in it, that Catherine can lay down an ultimate while you are channeling to silence the opponents and give you the breathing room you need to get that channel off.
Oh no! Ah, that hurts so much. Okay, so let's quickly look at the map. So the gold mine is about to fill up. Right now, it's about 3/4 full, if not more so. I'm gonna go ahead and respawn and try to get there as fast as I can so that we could take it. We should have enough time, and I also do have my ultimate this time around. So it'll be much easier to secure the kill on the gold mine.
So Wizard, just to answer your question real quick, if you're interested in a job with Super Evil, feel free to send an email, your resume, what have you, to jobs@superevilmegacorp.com. We're always looking for great talent, especially those who are experienced in the industry, looking for new opportunities. And Shin, people are asking about your 1v1 tournament and when you might bring that back. For anyone who didn't know, Shin Kagan and 80, they ran a really great 1v1 tournament with Spectation. That was really fun, and I'm sure you can find the archive of that online if you're interested in it.
Yes, I actually have the whole 1v1 tournament on my YouTube. I believe the channel is also named Shin Kagan, so it's pretty easy to find. As for any future 1v1s, my next one I was probably planning was to do one on the EU server, because I know I had a lot of EU viewers and it wasn't really fair because they weren't able to join. So to balance out the playing field, I guess I'll probably do my next one on the EU server. But I haven't made any concrete dates yet until after the new year.
And Spilled Milk asking about Vainglory's next hero. We can't talk about that in detail yet, but what I can tell you is that you can expect to start to see some lore teases in the in-game news feed starting soon. So keep an eye out there.
Aced.
Okay, so I would have to say the reason why we won that fight right there was because Lost Boy Toph landed an excellent ult on all 3 members of their team. It did a great amount of damage, stunned them, so it was very easy for us to clean up right after that. Thanks to the ace buff, we got up back to full health and we were able to go ahead and take that turret.
Tiny gold payout collected.
So now that I have my Aftershock, let's take a look at the items. So they have one member that's going mostly tank, which is Petal, Scarf, which is going crystal, and Krull, which is going some hybrid, some attack speed plus crystal. Let's see. So it's a pretty good mix of damage. So I'm probably going to buy a defensive item that can work for both weapon and crystal damage. So it's probably going to be a Fountain. Fountain of Renewal is very nice because aside from providing me HP, armor, and shield, it will also it also has that great active that restores HP to my entire team over time.
Ally is unbeatable.
Now, honestly, that's probably like my favorite item in the game. I almost want to build it on like everyone that I play. It's very powerful, not just for saving yourself, but for saving your teammates as well.
Tiny gold payout collected.
Alright, so you saw the tiny gold payout came out, and that's because at 15 minutes the Kraken spawns. The Kraken is like this big objective in the middle, and once you take it, he joins your side and goes down the lane and destroys any towers he comes across. Now, just remember that you have to pick a good time to take it, because first, it's very strong, so it's going to deal a lot of damage to your team, but aside from that, taking it actually offers you no gold itself. He has to be able to take towers. If the enemy team actually takes it before it takes any towers, like, they're probably going to come out ahead, and that's because when the enemy team kills it, they get 500 gold each. And 500 gold each is no laughing matter.
So I'm seeing some people ask about the use of pings. So yeah, I definitely use pings. I use pings right off of match start to indicate that I'm going to invade when I'm planning on doing that. I use pings often to try to help my teammates with who they should focus. If I'm looking to focus a sniper when we engage in a team fight, I will put a ping right on the hero that I'm looking for the entire team to attack. And I'll often use that avoid ping when, say, someone is starting Kraken when I don't think we have the time to get it done. Or maybe a frequent use of the avoid ping would be if someone is taking a minion mine when I think it's too early, because I don't want our lane to get too far pushed out, because then our laner has to expose himself too much, is too easy to get caught out. So the timing of taking those minion mines is important, and I'll use the avoid ping to try to let my team know that you know, the Kraken or the gold mine or the minion mine, it's not the right time to do that.
Okay, so let's see. I am about to finish my fountain. That means I'm going to be able to sustain in the fights a lot longer. It's particularly good against Scarf because it kind of counteracts his burn damage. Although I have to keep in mind that Dart on our team also has a fountain. So if we both pop it at the same time, it doesn't stack. We just waste one of them like pretty much entirely. So ideally, we want to cast one, then afterwards cast the other. This is a little bit more difficult to do without being able to like communicate through chat. But I'm gonna try to watch out for it.
So again, for those joining us late, this is Shin Kagan guest hosting for Zkent, who is on holiday today. I'm Playoffbeard, one of the Super Evil devs, and we also have Captain Nito, our head of most things, in chat, along with Fury. So feel free to ask questions of any of us, especially Shin, on what he's building and what he's doing with Jewel.
So I have to admit, I'm a little sad though, because I missed my Thunderstrike on Scarf. That would have definitely killed him and gave us the ace. So that's kind of my bad there. Aside from just missing on Scarf, it also reset my stacks. If you didn't know, with every successful strike that I do with Thunderstrike, it increases its damage and its mana cost. At that point, I think I might have had 6 stacks, but I lost it all when I missed Scars.
So good.
So Ixel asking why the game devs are so hot. If you could see all of us, if you could see me right now, I'm not sure you would say that, but Captain Nito's a good-looking guy.
Your minions are now weaker.
Seems like you devs have quite the fan base. Let's see. Man, I'm really surprised. Chat goes by way too quick for me to actually read while playing the game. I don't know how you guys do it.
I can slow it down some more.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Do Petals minions increase with minion mines? No, but minion candy does make him stronger, which is nice. You often see Petals do that off. Oh shoot, is he trying to solo? Okay, yeah, he is. So if you didn't know, Kroll is one of those heroes that can usually solo Kraken. But fortunately, Dart, what he did was he placed a mine in the back corner there, and it allows it to get vision of Kraken. So we knew he was trying to take it. We managed to go stop him in time, and we picked up a kill. In turn, we also might take this as well. So you'll see that at the very end, I used my laser to take it. That's because I didn't have vision on the other two members of their team. I had no idea. They could have been waiting in that bush. Scarf could have been getting his ultimate ready. I had no idea. So rather, safe than sorry, I used it to make sure to secure the kill. Now, it's a shame that I won't be able to have it for next fight, but in my opinion, that's worth it. And on Jewel, it's very easy to ensure the kill because Jewel's laser does huge amounts of damage over a short period of time. Alright, so let's go ahead and walk this in.
And for those asking about Double Glory Weekend, it is already turned on. So sit back, enjoy the stream, maybe play a match or two with or against Shinkagen if you're lucky, maybe win some ice if you're really lucky, and then go get in the game yourself and enjoy Double Glory all weekend long.
Okay, so I think we might be able to secure the game pretty soon. Kraken has most of its health, actually. So you can see what I did there. When I saw Scarf starting to charge his ultimate, I immediately tried to jump on it, and that's because when Scarf gets stunned, his ultimate stops. And it doesn't matter if it's before or during the inhale part or during the fire breath part. As long as he gets stunned, it will stop. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the score there. Apparently, Lost Boy clearly only had 6 Swift Shooters the entire game. Clearly. Dart went with a more tanky build, building a Bone Saw. A Bone Saw is pretty nice because it not only lowers the armor for the target for himself, but it lowers for the armor for everyone else to hit them too. So it's a really good team item as well.
So GG, I'm going to give away ice, 1,000 ice to 3 lucky players right now. It's completely random from people who are watching the stream and following the channel. So here we go. The first winner of 1,000 ice is a player you may know from last week, Vainglory Sickness, just won 1,000 ice. You are a winner. If you're wondering how to get your ice, if you win, you just send a message to Vainglory on Twitch. So click on our profile page, hit the little gear, send a message with your player name and your region, and you will get your ice. So the second winner for this match is It's Night CC. It's Night CC is a winner. And the third winner for this match is Dark Sight Dragon. Dark Sight Dragon is a winner. So again, to get your ice, send a message to Vainglory on Twitch, and I will make sure you get your ice as soon as the match ends. We're giving away 3,000 ice after every match, and if you're interested in playing with Shinkagen or against Shinkagen, just send him a friend request in the game, and you might get a match.
So I had already picked the next 2 members using a very complicated and scientific method. I closed my eyes and then I picked at random on my friends list. So I'm playing with Mango, Truth, and Juby right now. Let's see what they pick. I usually prefer to let the other players pick who they're gonna play, and then I'll fill in whatever our team needs. So let's see. Looks like he's gonna go Kroll or Glaive maybe. So Juby is probably going to lane based on Ringo. So or not.
So again, for those asking, we're giving away ice after every match. Usually we give away at least 15,000 ice over the course of the live stream. So hang out with us, enjoy some matches, and you might win ice. All you have to do is watch the stream and be following the channel, and you're automatically eligible. The winners are completely random, so you don't have to suck up to me in the chat.
Someone asked, are there runes and masteries for Vainglory? No, actually there are no runes or masteries, which I think is a nice thing because now like I don't have to grind up for it. And while like runes and masteries kind of offer some kind of like customization, I find that the grind for it is like a little too annoying. That's just my opinion though.
But what I'll say and what Captain Nito would definitely say if he were here is that Captain Nito, Surprise Birthday, Kraken, the rest of the team, they're cooking up a whole bunch of stuff that you can use your ice and your glory on for long-term progression and some other cool little tricks that we have up our sleeve. So there are definitely going to be more kind of deeper uses of both currencies in the future. So if you're looking for additional depth, if you're looking for additional progression in Vainglory, it is definitely coming. More heroes are definitely coming. For those who are asking about more maps or more game modes, the maps take a super long time, and we're more interested right now in making sure that we have all the features in the game that players are requesting a lot. And for more game modes, we do talk about those all the time, but again, I would expect to see a lot more heroes and a lot more features before we introduce anything that could split the player base or is going to be such a long-term epic like that. But you know, anything is possible, and we definitely have these kinds of conversations all the time in the lab.
It's how it should be.
Okay, so let's see. Right now, I want to give this particular jungle camp to my other jungler because if you didn't know, the jungle camps that have the green ring around it will grant a heal over time, and Glaive was very low, so I thought it would be better to give it to him instead. That way, in case we do run into another 2v2 in the jungle, we'll have we'll be more healthy to work with.
So Shin is playing my main Kashka, my beloved Kashka. So I'll offer some tips as we go. That camp that they did earlier, the camp on their far side, one thing I really like to do with Kashka is start the aggro on one of the monsters and then kind of drag it, let it follow you over to the other monsters in that same area, because your twirl can hit them all at once, and that'll give you stacks, and it also is just obviously optimizing the damage, helping you clear those waves faster.
Great idea.
So apparently my team picked up a kill there. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I believe one of the players walked up through lane, and Glaive and Ringo picked them off, so good job, guys. One of the things that I really like about Kashka is she is definitely one of like the fastest junglers in the game, thanks to her twirly death. So basically, it's an AoE attack that hits all around her, and for every target that you hit, it also empowers the next number of basic auto attacks. And using the skill will clear the jungle really quick, which makes it a very good candidate to counter jungle.
Now, Shin, do you already have in mind what you're going to build with her, or how much of it is going to be counter building? How much of it is you're just trying to rush something right now?
Okay, so that's actually a good question. So most of the time, I have like a core build that's usually 1 or 2 items on a person, but after that, it's entirely based on how the game goes. One of the most common questions that I get on my stream is like, oh, what exactly do I build? And usually I'll only give them about 3 items into the build, because after that, like, it really depends. For instance, I wouldn't really build an Aegis on a team that's against a team that's entirely weapon damage, because an Aegis has a ton of shield and is more meant to counter crystal. right? If I'm doing very well, I may not need to bother building defense. I could build more offense. Whereas if I'm doing poorly, I might want to invest in early defense so I can manage to sustain myself through the early game. So it really depends on how the game is going, and learning how to adapt your build is very important in becoming like a better player.
You did see an early energy battery. That is important, along with the those tier 1 boots. Really important on Koshka, just to make sure that you can utilize her abilities to the fullest in the early game. For those asking, so I have a question about minion mines. So as soon as you take a minion mine, all the new minions who spawn are going to be that greater strength. And if as soon as you take a mine, then if it resets the enemy minions, then that will again affect the minions that are spawning out of the base area. So so that is that one. For Body Mangler, will there ever be a pro circuit for Vainglory? I certainly hope so. I think the interest of people like Zekent, who was a pro for support pro for Team Curse, is a positive sign that people like him are taking interest in the game. But really, I think that's up to the players. I think the players are going to tell us if we're worthy of a pro circuit, if we're worthy for that level of competitive play. And there are also some more things that we can do to help that. I think private matches go a long way to being able to do tournaments like the 1v1 tournament that Shin Kagan did recently. And spectator mode is obviously something that's not in the game yet that would help with those types of experiences. But at the end of the day, I think the players are going to let us know if we're worthy of that, and we're obviously going to do everything we can to try to be worthy of that.
Now, if you're going to ask my opinion, I think this game is definitely worthy. And if the pro circuit does come up, I would definitely be one of the first people to sign up for that. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Let's see.
For Despy Games asking, this is an iOS game. This is a game on your iPad 2 and newer, and your iPhone 5S on iOS 8, iPhone 6, and iPhone 6 Plus. That's where you can find Vainglory. So go to the Apple App Store, download Vainglory completely for free. And then at any given time, there are 6 heroes who are free in the free hero rotation. Right now, Taka is free for only the second time. So you'll always have heroes that you can play as long and as much as you want. And then as you play, you'll earn glory. You can use that glory to unlock heroes to play anytime. Or if you want to support the game, you can spend real money on ice and use that ice to unlock heroes instantly, and some more stuff to come.
Okay, so this is going to be a little silly, but my first 2 items on Koshka are actually usually my first 2 items on Jewel as well. So my first item, I rush a Frostburn, because then it allows me to chase people more easily and land those powered auto attacks. After that, I'll usually get an Aftershock. Because it's very easy to get at least two procs in an average fight, because I could twirly death, auto attack, then wait for the Aftershock cooldown, and then go ahead and use her first skill, which is Pouncy Fun, and then follow that up with another auto.
And if you're new to Koshka, that's definitely the start that I would recommend. Rush a Frostburn. Make sure you have at least tier 1 boots. Look to get those travel boots whenever you have the goal to do so. And then go Aftershock. With Frostburn and Aftershock, you're going to feel really good as Koshka, especially if you also have some additional move speed.
Allies getting ridiculous.
And that Frostburn is super important because Koshka needs that stickiness. If Koshka can stick to her targets, she's going to be able to get a lot of kills. One extra tip for Koshka for those. So one thing I see a lot of, because Koshka is obviously amazing for ganking lane. You want to go into that brush there that that's near the lane, pick your moment, and go try to gank somebody. But what I see a lot of players do is they will pounce out into the lane, and that's how they will gank. Now, in some situations, that might be the only opportunity available to you, but if you can, especially if you have boots, you know, that you can activate, try running out into lane normally and getting off your twirly death, and as the enemy tries to run away, then use your pounce to close the gap. And then you're going to get off some more attacks, you're going to get some more kills that way. So that pounce is super important for gap closing, not just engaging, as well as escaping. For clutch escapes, you can always pounce to a jungle monster, pounce to a minion to try to get away when you need to get away.
Oh no, I think my game DC'd. Let me see if it will reconnect me, but if not, I'll go ahead and force quit the game and then go ahead and jump back in. The nice part about Vainglory is how quickly I could go ahead and reconnect. So you can see it right now. I just had to close it. Okay,
so you can see Shin Kagan is playing in what looks like his kitchen.
Yeah.
Normally the live streams are from the lair. We're doing things a little bit differently because of the holidays. Zken is on holiday. No one is in the super evil lair. So, you know, hiccups happen naturally, but, you know, you can get right back in the game. For those who are worried about whether they'll be labeled as an AFK player, we do afford time for you to get back in the game if you DC for any reason, and you won't be labeled an AFK, you know, if it's, you know, what you're watching Shin do right now, which is trying to get back in the game right away. One other thing, if you ever find yourself low battery, where you didn't realize, oh my god, I'm super low battery, I shouldn't have started this match, one other thing you can do is you can actually switch devices mid-match. So if you have an iPad and you have an iPhone, you know, then, and your iPad is about to run out of battery power, you know, maybe wait till you die or wait till you can recall, and then you can actually stop playing on the iPad, open up your iPhone 6, your iPhone 6 Plus, and resume the game there and finish the match with all the battery power that you have on the secondary device. So obviously DC here, not ideal, but hopefully there are a couple mechanisms in place that will help your games be seamless and help you get back into those matches.
Yeah, so you can already see I managed to get back in the game pretty quickly, so it wasn't really much of a problem. I may have lost like 15-20 seconds at most, because I think I was dead when I first DC'd anyhow, so it's really all good. They're taking the gold mine right now. We're trying to go stop it. I have to watch out for that Adagio, because he might try to use his ultimate.
So I saw you bought a flare gun. What are you thinking about with that? Like when it's worth using it, what you're looking for with using that flare?
So with the flare gun, I'll usually use it whenever I feel like I'm in danger. Like if I can't spot any members of their team on the map, they might be trying to hide in the bush, waiting to go ahead and get like an easy kill. So that's a good time to use the flare. Also, if I have the suspicion that they're trying to take Kraken, gold mine, something like that, I will go ahead and pop it then. Right now, I don't see any members on the map, so I'll go ahead and use it. I see one is in base and two are just about to leave, so I know it's safe for both me and Mango to be here and to take these camps.
And obviously, if there's a Taka in your game, then the flares and dropping scout traps will reveal Taka when Taka is invisible. Scout traps will also reveal enemy scout traps, so that's another interesting thing. So one thing I always do in my matches is I put a scout trap behind the gold miner, right in that gold mine pit, and that'll give me vision sometimes all match long on when the enemy team comes to try to take the gold mine or take the Kraken, and also will let me see if someone has already beat me to that same strategy. So if you're playing in high elo games, if you're playing in kind of hotness or above, make sure you check that gold mine pit, just walk right through it, especially if you're a tank like Catherine or fast like Kashka, and just to clear out any mines that are there, because the enemy might have vision on, you know, one of the most critical objectives in the game.
Okay, so I actually haven't checked the score in a little while. I will check that as soon as I am clear from danger. Let's see. So right now it's 17-5. I actually didn't even realize it was going that well. So Juby actually has 13 kills. He is very fed. And both me and Glaive are playing like a support-ish role. We have very many assists and not that many kills, which is fine because Ringo is the one that's supposed to be the one to deal most of the damage. And he is definitely doing that right now.
So for those asking about full Kashka builds, so obviously you want to look at the scoreboard. You want to counter build to some extent with any hero. If everything lined up perfectly, the Kashka build that I enjoy the most is rushing Frostburn, getting Aftershock, getting all the way up to Journey Boots, and then looking for some additional stickiness and sustain with something like Shiver Steel, or also Reflex Block into a Crucible or an Aegis is also fantastic on Kashka, because when she goes into that ultimate, that lockdown is long enough that you can get, annihilated by a group of enemies. So if you have that Crucible or that Aegis, you're going to be able to survive longer and potentially get out. With Kashka, you're always looking to get in, do damage, and get out, unless you're trying to lock down someone for your allies to take out. The only additional use of that ultimate is remember that it's 3 separate strikes of damage that happen when that Kashka ultimate, the yummy or the pound, what is it called?
Catnip Frenzy?
Yeah, the yummy Catnip Frenzy. So when the ultimate is going off, that's 3 separate strikes of damage. So you can, let's say the enemy is trying a Kraken. You can ult the Kraken, or you can ult the Gold Miner, and kind of increase your odds of stealing that by virtue of using your ultimate and getting those 3 successive hits.
Now, right now, I strongly suspect the other team's Ringo gave up because of his purchase of 6 boots. That's not exactly a recommended build by any means, but fun fact about that one. So while the passive on the boots do not stack, like the movement speed, the active you can use back to back. So assuming that Ringo was actually playing right now, he could pop boots to sprint, and then pop his second boots to sprint, pop his third boots to sprint, and so on, so forth.
So why is that important? So one of the reasons why, that's really one of the only reasons why you might purchase multiple sets of boots is if you're in a base race. So if all your turrets are gone, all the enemy turrets are gone, and you're looking for kind of a sneak victory, you might purchase multiple pairs of boots, actually sell items to get multiple pairs of boots so that you can get a longer sprint if you're going to try to sprint all the way into the enemy base, kind of going along the top of the map and trying to catch them off guard where they don't realize that you're trying to get there. So that's one reason, one legitimate reason why you might buy multiple boots. Another reason is if you're someone like Catherine, who is looking to do a lot of stun ganks into the lane, it's nice to kind of run out with boots, and then when they're on cooldown, they're not going to expect you to have a chance to do that again. So maybe that, but the boots don't stack. Really, none of those kind of move speed things stack like that. So obviously what we're seeing now is a troll Ringo, probably with a team that's not willing to surrender, in a match that's pretty one-sided. But maybe you shamed him into buying items.
Yeah, he actually sold his items, then bought them back. So at least I think he's trying again. I think, but we'll see.
I see. That's how it
You should probably just push and close this out and get some people in there.
So I want to do something kind of fun for the next match. I want you guys to pick who I'm going to play. I'm going to start up a quick poll, and you guys can vote. I will play whoever it is, and no matter what lane I have to play it in, I'll go ahead and play that. So let me see. Open.
Your team captured.
Yeah. So go ahead, type in exclamation mark vote, and then the name of the character you want to see me play, and I'll look at the votes after.
Yeah, so Peking, if for any reason you're having trouble sending a private message over Twitch, if you are one of the ICE winners, feel free to reach out to me in the forums. really any way that's in a private manner that you can get us your information, your region, and your IGN, and we'll take care of you. Don't worry about that.
Okay, but let's run faster.
So right now, I decided to call for a Kraken because two of the members are dead, and the other member, I think, AFK'd. So this should be completely free and clear because they still have like a long death timer. At this point, we could probably walk the Kraken into their base, and we should be able to close this out. I'm seeing some of the votes. I am very afraid of certain picks because I'm not good with every hero. There are certain ones I will dread.
Up,
I know, but you know they don't know which ones those are yet, so it's okay. Unless you actually watch my stream, then you might know. But oh, Glaive is back.
So the person asking if, you know, when we're not streaming, do I play with people on my friends list all the time? So if you haven't, go check out the Ultimate Team Viewing thread in the forums. I'm going to put the link in there. And this is where people will add their player name for their server region. And you know, if you do that, you know, people are going to add you, and you can find reliable allies for team queuing matches. And if people send me friend requests, I will usually accept, and will always look for people in party mode when I'm just online playing. And we'll get in games with real players. It's always my preference to, you know, look for players who have been reaching out to me over the forums or line chat or Reddit, and get in some games with people. And then, so long as you don't troll or AFK, you will stay on my phone, and I will look for you.
Yeah, so the devs are actually really great with that. I always catch games with them like all the time, or I see them just invite randomly or drop by other people's streams. So they're really active in the community as well, which I think is great.
So good game. So I'm going to give away 3,000 more ice now. This is completely random based on people who are following the stream and who are watching live. And here we go. So the next three winners. The first one is VaJJ Writes. I'm going to put it in the chat. Is a winner. That's 1,000 ice for you. And I will be giving out the ice as soon as the live stream ends. The next winner is Mango Cyclone. That's a terrific name. I can't imagine what it would be like for there to be a real Mango Cyclone. Congrats to Mango Cyclone. And the last one for this match, there are going to be 3 winners after every match. Usually we give away at least 15,000 ice every live stream. The last winner is Elk APAC is a winner. Congrats to the 3 of you, and we'll be giving away more ice soon.
Let's okay. All right, so I want to see the results of this particular poll. Let's see if I can display that for everyone. Poll results. Alright, so actually you guys have picked for me to play Adagio, which is great. I know how to play him, so it's all good. The next one would have been up is Taka. Taka would have been a nightmare for me because I have no idea how to play Taka in the least. So
you gotta start playing Taka. Taka's
I know.
free right now.
I know. But that was close. So if you guys like seen me before, like I usually like to play Adagio in lane. Adagio is a great character because he can be played both as crystal and weapon power, and they can play both pretty much as effectively as the other. So you can pick whatever your team needs. So if your team looks like it's heavy on weapon, maybe you should think about maybe playing crystal, or vice versa.
So a couple things real quick. If you're watching this and you're enjoying it and you're thinking, you know what, I could do this. I can talk better than Playoff Beard. I should do my own stream. Zken has put in the forums kind of all the steps you need to get started and start streaming Vainglory yourself. I'm putting the link to that in the chat now. So go check that out. That's in the live stream section of the official forums, and check out how you can stream yourself. And if you are streaming, make sure you are signed up for our ICE program. You can actually earn ICE just for live streaming Vainglory. It's just something that we do to say thank you for supporting the game and the Vainglory community with streaming. So if you're signed up, when you stream Vainglory, you're going to earn ICE just for streaming. So make sure that you're in Zken's program for that, so that you get credit for your matches.
Oh man, okay, so I know I said I would play Adagio, and I'm going to, but so notice that the other two people have immediately locked in people that would generally be considered laners, and I'm gonna play another one that would also be a laner, so this is going to be an interesting match.
But Adagio is completely viable out of the jungle.
That is true, but I would love to have maybe one other tankier character on our team for like an overall comp. Let's see what I want to do. Oh, and someone asked if I was going to be streaming afterwards. Yeah, I will probably be streaming at some point right after this stream. And if you guys didn't know, my Twitch is twitch.tv/ShinKaigen. It's the same as my user.
If you're trying to add Shinkagen for a match right now and you're not finding him, he's playing in the North American region today. So that's what you would have to be on the NA servers to be able to add him with that IGN. But we mix it up. You know, we're going to do more events in EU. We're also looking for some regional alternatives for around the world, just because we know the time is a little tough, especially for people in Southeast Asia. So we're going to definitely have some additional opportunities, but Shin mixes it up a lot, and I'm sure you can post your different player names so that people can play in different regions with you.
Yeah, and I also have an EU account that I got fairly recently. It's just ShinKaigen EU with EU in caps. So if you guys are on the EU region, go ahead. You can add me on that, and whenever I'm on, I'll be glad to play with you guys.
So Vaja writes, to claim your ICE, congratulations, send a private message with your player name and your region to Vainglory through Twitch. So I'm going to put it in there. You just go to the Vainglory profile, you click on the little gear, you send a message. If you have any trouble doing this for any reason, just find me on the forums, Playoff Beard on the forums or anywhere else, and I'll take care of you. Really, I just need to know what your player name is so that I can go into the system and I can give you the ICE that you want. For anyone who's just joining us, all you have to do is watch the stream and follow the channel, and you might be randomly selected as one of 3 players after each match to win 1,000 ICE. For Awak Azito asking about karma levels, so there are 20 karma levels, and each karma level will give you an increase, a boost to the glory that you can earn. So if you're level 20 karma, I believe that's a 24% glory boost. So if you were level 20 karma right now and you add to that double glory weekend right now, you would be in really good shape. So for those who might not be familiar, karma is kind of a secondary characteristic that we track, which is if you complete your matches, it doesn't matter if it's victory, defeat, or surrender. If you finish your match, you're going to get positive karma. If you abandon your match, if you AFK, you're going to get bad karma. Your karma score is going to go down. And what the matchmaker does is every time the matchmaker looks to form a match, it's primarily looking at your elo. It's looking at your player skill rating. And let's say it finds 6 players who are really well suited in terms of their relative skill, but one of those players has really bad karma, who he AFKs in a lot of his matches. The matchmaker is going to say, this repeat offender, this bad karma player does not belong with these dedicated players. So even though his skill level is similar, I'm going to exclude him from this match. And I'm only going to put in the people who have good karma scores in this match. So Again, Matchmaker, it looks for your elo, it looks for players who are going to have the most competitive match with and against each other, and then it checks your karma score to make sure it's not going to stick good dedicated players with players who AFK. And if you haven't read the article, we just tightened significantly the restrictions on repeat offenders, repeat AFK players. And if you repeatedly AFK, this is not okay, and it's not okay with us. And you're going to get shunted off into your own little group of other people who AFK, other repeat offenders, and it's going to take longer to find matches, and you're going to have to deal with more AFKs because you're playing with people like you. And the only way you're going to get out of that is by repeatedly, over and over again, finishing your matches. That's the only way you're going to get out of that repeat offender, that bad karma queue. So it's one more thing we can do to try to protect our dedicated players who are looking, to play all the way through the way it's intended. And if for everyone else who is looking for, a more casual experience or isn't going to finish their matches all the time, they can play with each other. We just want to keep them away from the players who really care and who really want to finish their matches.
Okay, so this match is not going as well as the past two. Each member of my team has died once, including myself. So earlier you saw me try to go in and pick a fight with two people, Scarf and Catherine. Don't do that. So if you guys remember, I mentioned that early level Scarf does quite a bit of damage, and having Catherine next to him to hold me down a little bit longer is what definitely sealed the deal for me. I will have to play a little bit more carefully over the course of this game, but Scarf's damage does fall off in the late game. So as long as I can try to endure this through, we would still be able to pull off a win.
So if you're looking to play, so I've been playing a ton of Scarf lately. I'm just having so much fun. But it's really interesting. You get a really wide range of people saying Scarf is super OP all the way to Scarf is completely unplayable weak. And I can almost with complete confidence say that if you're saying Scarf is OP, you understand how to use the heroic perk, Fan the Flames. And if you're saying Scarf is weak, you don't know how to use the heroic perk properly. And that is because to play Scarf well, you have to basic attack after you light someone on fire. If you are trying to get in as many basic attacks as possible after you light someone on fire to fan the flames, you are going to deal an extraordinary amount of damage. If you don't believe me, play Scarf and try an alternating current or even a tornado trigger out of the start. I would recommend trying a alternating current frostburn start and just focus on lighting people on fire and then trying to basic attack as many times as you can on that same hero to fan the flames, make them hotter, make them do more damage, and you are not going to believe how much damage you can do with Scarf. You're going to be carrying games, you're going to be having a blast.
Yeah, so this is actually a pretty good representation. I played against was it Quick or Silver QSY before, and he, as far as I've seen, only ever plays Scarf, so he really understands how to use that perk very well. You can see that he's very aggressive in the early levels, ventures into a jungle like very quickly, and that's because Fan the Flames plus Spitfire takes out most people as long as you can auto attack them a few times. That damage racks up really quickly. Let's see. So right now I haven't been able to collect a lot of gold, so I'm buying mostly components of various items I plan on building. Often it's not always the best idea to rush one item all the way. Like if, for instance, if I wanted to have a Sorrow Blade, it's better to keep them as the components in the start of the game, because it's more efficient to maybe like pick up another item with like, I think, was it 1350 gold to combine them. So you see that in my inventory will probably be full of this kind of stuff at first.
And quick answer from Edward there in the chat. He's hearing me say low karma and he's hearing me say bad karma in conversation. The reason for that is your overall karma score matters, but also your recent behavior also matters. It factors in both. So if you had good karma for a long time, but you have just been atrocious lately, AFKing like crazy, it knows you're not going to get a giant bank of karma to work with there. If you start AFKing a ton, the system is going to know, and it's going to treat you like an AFK player. So bad karma is kind of what I say. So you have your karma score as your overall score, but it also factors in your recent behavior.
Allied hero killed.
Okay, so you can see that this particular game is going south like kind of quick. It's 0-6, and we haven't been able to establish too much control of our jungle. But the important part is to never lose hope. You can always pull out a win. As long as you could hang in there, a late game ace at just the right time could easily secure you the win. Let's see.
And quickly for Rob, who is asking about the leveling system, kind of the basics there. So it's hard to see on the stream, but there is a experience bar underneath your ability tray, underneath your 3 abilities. And when it fills up, you get a point that you can spend on an ability, and your level increases. So every time you get a new level, you get a point to spend on an ability. And when you get to level 6, you can put a point in your ultimate. There's some logic there in terms of when you're able to put points in different abilities. And if you're interested kind of in that ability allotment, like how people decide where to put their ability points as their level increases, check Vainglory, vaingloryfire.com. You can find item builds and guides. Those guides will tell you what items are recommended for the hero in that guide. It'll also tell you on what order to do your abilities in. For example, on Scarf, I actually max out the Spitfire and the Goop, not the ultimate, which is pretty rare. So that's the kind of thing you'll pick up from those guides. One other thing that's just kind of generally important with level is when you're looking to go fight someone, look at their level. If you're level 8, like Shin Kagan is right now, at least on my screen, and the enemy you're about to engage is level 11, that's not a good fight. They're going to have more power than you. They're going to have spent more money on better items than you. Don't pick that fight. You want to pick fights with people who are equal to you in level if you feel like you're at a place in your match where your hero has good relative power, or you want to just fight when you have a level advantage.
Yeah, so it's very important to keep in mind the levels, in particular around 8 and on, because around level 8 is when you'll be able to max your first skill. And if you didn't know, the 5th point in a skill increases its either some stat on it in a big way. So on Adagio's heal, for instance, level 5 on that greatly increases the burst heal aspect of it. Let's see. On Scarf, Goop then lasts longer and the cooldown goes down a lot shorter. Now, because they're higher level, like Ringo for instance, he could have actually maybe up to 2 skills maxed out that I don't have. So ideally we're trying to just play catch up here. We want to play kind of safer and typically either catch up in gold or levels.
Palm, what determines your rank? So if you go to your profile page, you'll see Decentish, you'll see Hotness, you'll see Pinnacle of Awesome. You'll have some rank there. That's kind of a bracket. Those are ELO brackets. So it's going to look at your ELO, your player skill rating, which is based on a number of factors, including your win-loss ratio. And you're going to have a skill rating there. You're going to have a ranking based on your skill rating.
This is best. This is so
This is going to be a fun team fight. I think they spent most of oh shoot. So ideally, I was supposed to cast my heal there first. I was trying to, then I think I messed up. But how it works is when I cast his heal, it then spreads his Sacred Fire to targets that are nearby. And if I cast my ultimate then, if they're still on fire, they will get stunned for, I think, 2 seconds, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
And so Adagio is definitely one of those heroes where if you understand a couple of those combos or a couple of those tips, like using reflex block to protect your ultimate, you're going to do a lot better. Again, check out Vainglory Fire, and you'll find some great guides on Adagio that will explain how to do that well. Wow, this match is going different than the first two, Shin.
Different is a nice way to put it. Yes, it's very different. Let's
Don't
see.
blame Ellen DeGeneres.
Don't worry. This is just trying to set the stage for the best comeback. I mean, we can't make it too boring, right? Right? Oh no. Maybe. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. We still totally got this in the bag.
Aced.
Or maybe not. But here, it's okay, it's okay. See, Saw right here is going to just destroy all three of them. And we'll get the ace, we'll go take the Kraken, that's going to spawn in 30 seconds, and then we'll win. It's all good, it's all good.
Yeah, I like your optimism. So for Neelis, who's asking, your energy is right under your health there. So on my screen right now, you can see those orange bars for the enemy, and the blue bars right underneath it. That is the enemy's energy, and their energy is, you know, how many abilities they're going to be able to cast is relative to how much energy they have.
So this I may have misspoke. Actually no, see, Saw could tell you this. We're still in this. It's okay. It's all good.
It's good, you know, if you just stomp every match, that's not good. That's not good TV either, right? There's some really good competition out there, and this is a bit of a matchmaker adjustment that you're seeing in real time right now. So the matchmaker was like, wow, they had kind of an easy time those last two matches. Let's put Shin Kagan with, you know, even stiffer competition, and now we're seeing, you know, some really high skill play. So that's the thing that's kind of nice is, you know, the matchmaker is always looking for kind of the most competitive experience, and it will oscillate, you know, back and forth until it tries to find a really nice sweet spot where, you know, the matches are swingy and competitive and going back and forth, and lots of turrets going down, and having some of those really fun moments where, you know, a match, you know, turns on a crack and steal or on, you know, a really great play that leads to an ace that closes out a match.
Yeah, for sure. If the game just ends like in a one-sided stomp, even if the one-sided stomp is in our favor, that's not really fun. Like, I'm not like learning anything from that game. I'm not really improving if I'm just like winning hands down, because that means the enemies are not punishing my mistake. So now I can try to analyze how this game is going and see where it kind of went wrong. So initially, it started going bad when, say, Catherine and Scarf started to invade my jungle. I was by myself, and I tried to take the camps out from under them, but then I ended up dying, and that kind of put me just a little bit behind. So the next time that I fought them, naturally I would be weaker. So it's important to try to just glance, look at your games, know where it is that things went wrong and what you can do to improve, so that next game you can do better.
And if I find myself in a one-sided match, really any match, something that I actually heard on a podcast that I really liked was pick one thing. Just focus on trying to do one thing better each match. And if you do that, it doesn't matter if it's a stomp or if it's highly competitive. If you're just focusing on last hitting better, or better map awareness where you're responding faster to helping your teammates, or you know, better optimizing when you're taking the minion mine so that you're really pushing the lane at optimal timing, or how fast you're clearing jungle camps, or, you know, with, like I was saying with Kashka, with going out into lane more without pouncing so you can try to gap close more with your pounce. Just pick one thing each match and try to do it better, and that's something that can help your overall game no matter how competitive that individual match is or not.
Allied hero killed. Enemy is
Okay, so while this game is not going well, I would like to note that we did pick up 2 kills at some point in time. So it is not a complete stomp. Go team. Good job, Petal and Saw. We are not going down without a fight. That said, we are definitely going down.
Enemy is kind of a big deal. Ace.
Up, I spawned. I got this. Don't worry, it's all good. Everything
So
under
for people-
control.
For people asking about just how they can find kind of good allies or how they can have better matches, I just put the link again. I'll put it in again. The Ultimate Team Queuing thread in the forums. This is where players for all regions are putting their player name if they're looking for people to play party queue matches with. And you can find some really reliable, really great players to team with, or even get six together and do a private match where you really completely control your own destiny and how competitive the match is. All right, good game.
Good game, guys. Sorry that went little south, but good game to our enemies. They played an excellent game. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next game and never speak of that again.
He's gonna try to get that taste out of his mouth. While he pretends that never happened, I'm gonna go ahead and give away 3,000 more ice. All right, so the first player to win ice in this round is Imperium Russia. Imperium Russia is a winner. The second player in this round is Tribal Fears is a winner. And the third player in this round is Frank Cowperwood is a winner. So congrats. If you won, then just send a private message to Vainglory on Twitch and with your player name and your region, and we will get you your ice as soon as the live stream ends. If you're wondering how to win ice, all you have to do is follow the channel, watch the stream, and then I use a tool, a plugin that just randomly selects the winners after every match. We usually give away at least 15,000 ice every live stream. If you missed the beginning, I'll post all the winners in the forums, but really quick recap, I'll just drop all the names to date in the chat now so you can see who has won so far. So congrats to all the winners so far. Lots more to come.
Okay, so this time instead of going into a public match, I'm going to go ahead and grab a private one so we could get some more people going. This is one of my favorite things that they did with the last update, that they introduced a private match system. Now I get to play with like 5 of my friends. It's a lot of fun. Let's see if we can get a couple more people. Take that, and sure, randomly this guy. Remember, you guys just have to be ready. I want to get through as many matches so that we can get you guys as much ice as we possibly can. All right, so let's do this. I'll go ahead and wait until see who comes on my team, and then I'll pick what's needed. In this case, I'll probably hover on Glaive because I see that he's hovering on Adagio.
And guys, make sure you utilize that switch teams button effectively. So your match is not going to kick off, at least as of 1.1.6, which is the next update coming out. The match is not going to kick off if one team has more than 3 players on it. So that's what that switch teams button is for. Use it to kind of organize the combination of players that you're looking for. If you know all 6 players, you're probably going to know kind of how good people are and try to make those teams nice and even, or whatever else you have going on with your bragging rights, school versus school, friends versus friends, family versus family, and use that switch team button. Make sure you have 3 players on each team, and then you'll be able to kick off your private match properly.
So I see a lot of people asking, what am I playing on right now? I'm playing on an iPhone 6 Plus. I actually usually play on an iPad Air, but on the iPhone it has like a nicer resolution for stream. streaming, so that's why I went with that one.
And so again, for anyone joining late, this is Shin Kagan, our guest host today. I'm Playoff Beard, one of the Super Evil devs. We also have some devs, including Fury, in the chat. If you're enjoying this and you'd like to see more when this kind of official Vainglory live stream ends, Shin Kagan has his own stream at twitch.tv/Shin Kagan, and you should go check that out. And we do this every Friday, starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10 p.m. GMT. We're also looking to do some additional regional alternatives for those people who are thinking this is great, but I'm up in the middle of the night, or this is hard for me. We're also looking to take care of people around the world. The Super Evil Lair is in California, USA. So sometimes the times kind of revolve around that, but we are sensitive to that, and we're trying to take care of everyone we can.
All right, so the build that I'm gonna go with on Glaive this game was taught to me by Zakant himself, and normally you see Glaive players tend to go on the more attack damage side. I'm sorry, not attack damage, weapon damage side, and that makes sense because it synergizes with his cleave, his natural crit bonus, but this build that I'm going with will actually make him more tanky and more of a team player. So you're going to see that I'm going to max Afterburn first, and Afterburn is a skill that allows me to dash and then allows my next attack to be like a knockback kind of stun. I'm going to max that first because then it lowers the cooldown by a significant amount, thus allowing me to set up more kills for my team.
So I'm seeing a couple of people who missed the answer. So I think Shin said he's on an iPhone 6.
iPhone 6 Plus, yeah.
iPhone 6 Plus. So when this stream is over, I'm going to be playing more. I just got the new iPad Air 2, and it is just glorious. It is just for playing Vainglory. It is so crisp, and I like that screen size. It's really great for high elo matches, and so I'm having a blast with that. Just playing a ton of Scarf lately, and so I'll be on, after this ends.
That's awesome. I am so jealous. Let's see. Okay, so I want to try to pick a kill in the jungle here. Celine is level 4, but we are going to go ahead and double team her, so should be okay. Yep. So that person might have been level 4, but it can't quite handle two people still. Also, the thing to keep in mind about Kroll is that the more that he attacks someone, the weaker that they get. I believe for every stack he gets on his Spectral Smite, it's 10% off from their attack speed and 10% off from their crystal. So when you get 8 stacks, you're pretty much doing no damage to anyone. And since both Krolls had their stacks on both sides, neither of them was doing too much, but allowed me to just freely attack no problem.
And if you're wondering about some of these nuances, like what are the advantages that you get on the ability overdrives when you put in that 5th point, or just some of the other nuances that Shin Kagan is talking about, you can hit the info button in match and then hit more information to pull up some stats on the abilities. Or if you don't want to try to do that in real time when things are hectic, go to the market screen in game, look up a hero, and check out that detailed information, those stats. And if you're looking to go even a level deeper, the wiki on Vaingloryfire has some additional stats that aren't even in the game. So you can go check that out as well. Look at the items, look at the abilities. It's another great resource. And I enjoy just going there, finding guides that take a different approach to a hero than what I've tried before, and try those builds and the suggestions that are in the chapter section, and see how it goes. You might find a build, unorthodox or otherwise, that really works for you, really plays to your play style, and helps you take a hero to the next level.
Enemy teams.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I really love about this game. There's a lot of different ways you can build each hero, and you're not usually shoehorned into a very specific build. Like for instance, I come from playing league, and often like an AP character is strictly an AP. You could try to build them like AD, but you'll probably be trolling more than anything else. But in this game, it's not all, it's like very viable to try and experiment. So right now, Glaive you often see as a weapon power build. I can just as easily build him Crystal. I can build him tank. It doesn't like the ability to customize is really great in this game.
And that's deliberate, you know, something Captain Nito thought a lot about. When you have a 3v3 game, we really wanted them to be diverse where you could build them a lot of different ways. So pretty much all the heroes you can try weapon or crystal, or, you know, some really tanky build, and it's going to work. The only one, don't do it with Kashka, please. I mean, maybe there's someone out there who makes that work, but weapon Kashka, not so much. She's one of those rare exceptions. She is a very bursty crystal-based hero. You can go sustain. You can do a lot of defense and play it that way, but weapon Kashka, not so much.
Let's see if I could pick up a kill here. I see that Saw is taking a lot of damage. Oh, yep, okay, cool.
And if you have questions for what Shin is building, what tactics he's using, put them in the chat, and I'll ask him if he doesn't see it. But yeah, he was talking about building Glaive. If you talk to someone like Ciderhelm, for example, he's going to say you have to do Crystal Glaive. It's all about Crystal Glaive. So you'll run into some really strong opinions, but that's part of the fun. I like building Tornado Trigger and Bonesaw on Glaive. Where someone like Ciderhelm is going to go crystal damage or aftershock with frostburn. Put the 5th point in the first ability in afterburn and just try to rip through people. It's really fun to try it different ways. For those who are asking what ELO is, that's a term that predates Vainglory. It goes all the way back to originally being a skill rating for chess. For competitive chess play. And for our purposes, it just means that your player's skill rating, it's really like the formula that we use for determining your skill, and then the matchmaker uses that to try to put you in the most competitive matches possible.
So you see what I did was very important in that particular fight. Other people might miss it, but when Saw used his suppressing fire, what that did was immediately max out his stacks of his spin up. His spin up increases his attack speed greatly, but he will lose all stacks instantly when he's stunned, which is immediately what I did. So even though Kroll was low, we were able to go ahead and take him on, because it would take him quite some time to build up back to his max amount of stacks again.
Enemy teams.
That's one of the nice things about this game. There's a lot of little things, like little nuances about each character. If you know how to exploit it, you know how to basically win against them in like a 1v1 or in a team fight.
So what are you thinking now in terms of what you're going to build with Glaive and just kind of how you're thinking about it?
Okay, let's see. Right after this team fight,
Your team
I think I could pick off this guy. No, I can't. I lied. Okay, so right now I'm mostly going to build him tanky because I feel like our team has enough damage between Kroll and Dagio, and I'm mostly going to use my afterburn to either set up kills or protect my back line. My backline being mostly Adagio or anyone else that might be like squishy. So if you look at what the other team is building, they have Catherine that's building kind of crystal, Saw that is also crystal, and Kroll that usually is a mix between like attack speed and crystal. So one of my early purchases will definitely be a fountain. Fountain is great because it provides a decent amount of shield, decent amount of health, and that active, which helps my entire team. After that, I might consider building an Aegis because again, they're very crystal heavy. It's very important to know how to build your character in any particular situation. Now, you see, one of the very nice things about getting the overdrive on Afterburn is I can use it very frequently. The cooldown on it goes down very low, so I can use it to escape while still having it up to go ahead and re-engage in the fight about a few seconds later.
You are kind of a big deal.
Now you see, I didn't want to jump on Saw there because he was fully spun up, and I didn't have my stun up, so there'll be no way for me to fight him at that point. Let's see, I have a lot of gold to spend right now, so I'm going to try to push this into the tower. This is something I generally do. I should be fine. Finding it.
Stuffle Beam, there's definitely going to be additional uses for Glory and Ice in the future, long-term progression and otherwise. I can't talk about that yet, but rest assured that Captain Nito, surprise birthday, the rest of the team, they're cooking up some really fun stuff that I think you're going to enjoy.
Okay, so before I engage this fight, I have a ton of gold, and while it's nice to have all that gold, it doesn't mean anything unless I spend it. So I'm gonna buy that first before trying to engage. This might be a bad fight though, so I'll probably go ahead and back out. Or maybe not. So in that case, I had to make a crucial choice. I could have either stunned Saw to reduce his damage, or use my auto attack to finish off the low HP target. I chose to finish off the target, but because of that, I had to immediately back out of the fight because Saw would have destroyed not just me but my team as well.
It's a beautiful.
Saw is a very scary force to deal with, but as long as you can land a stun on him, it's not that bad.
And you saw a Kroll sword throw that went awry there. I mean, that happens. If you're playing Kroll and you're realizing as you tap that button that your sword is going to miss the target, look to see if it's possible to use your first ability, Dead Man's Rush, to dash to an enemy or use a Boots activation to change the angle of the sword on the backswing. Because if you can manage to hit someone with the sword on the backswing, you're actually going to do the maximum possible stun. It's the distance the sword has traveled factors into how long the stun from the sword is. So think about that. And sometimes when you have a bad sword throw, you can turn it into an amazing sword throw if you act really fast.
Yeah, so if you guys ever want advice about Kroll, I would not ask me, because I'm actually very bad at him as well. That's probably another one on my list of people that I really should learn, but haven't learned yet.
So I love Kroll. I mean, really the kinds of things you want to think about with Kroll. Kroll wants to duel. Kroll wants to be there 1v1 with another enemy up close, because you're going to be able to get that life back when you drop the hammer on the smite. And it's like a seesaw. It looks like you're losing the fight, and then you hit that second ability, and all of a sudden your health is going back up, their health is going down, and the longer that fight goes, the better it's going to be for you. What you don't want is you don't want to be in a situation where you're slowly trying to chase a sniper who's kiting you, who's continually hitting you from range with you not being able to close the gap. You don't necessarily want to be in odd man situations. You're really looking for those 1v1 duels. Kroll is another one. You can really build Kroll a lot of different ways. I've seen players go 3 clockworks on Kroll and just focus on trying to keep those abilities up as much as possible while maxing the first ability, Dead Man's Rush, for that kind of maximum health barrier that protects you. And I've seen some fantastic attack speed Krolls that really focus on getting those stacks for your smite and really focusing on that second ability instead. And it's really fun to play around and see what works for you. My favorite build on Crawl, which I do not necessarily think is a good idea, but it's the thing that I have the most fun with, is actually starting with 2 Blazing Salvos, the second tier attack speed item, and putting as many points into my second ability as possible, and just trying to focus on smiting. And it's something that people don't expect when you're getting those stacks so fast. But the problem is, like for me with Crawl, it can be very up and down. If it's going well, it can go very well. And if a strategy like that doesn't work, it can go south really hard, and then you have to start building defense and try to recover. So he's definitely a fun character to try to see what works best for you. And obviously look to use that sword to stun someone for someone else to be able to go in and do their thing. So look to lock down, or look to stun the sniper, or pull up the scoreboard. If there's one person who's 11-0, that's the person you want to stun, because they're the one who's fed. So look for the person who's most dangerous and try to use your sword to stop them.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Ah, so close. I want that ace. No, but I don't have the mana. Well, not mana, and energy. It is. Oh, okay though. So I don't know if you guys actually saw me do this, but I ended up buying a weapon infusion somewhere in there. So this is an item that I find is very underused by most of the community. But for 500 gold at level 12, you can get some amazing stats. It is by far the most cost-efficient item in terms of like raw stats. Think about it. So for about 500 gold, I could probably get maybe like 20 weapon power with the stats, right? But with 500 buying weapon infusion, I get, I believe, 72 weapon power, 25% attack speed, 30 armor, and 30 shields. That is no laughing matter, and will help me end the game very quick.
And so for anyone who doesn't know, that's a consumable. So that's the trade-off, is you're buying it and you're using it, and it's a one-off, but it's going to give you, there's one for a weapon infusion, and there's one for crystal infusion, and they're going to give you some really nice stat increases. You can look to use that in the mid to late game where you still have an item slot available, or try mess around with using it in the early game. You can't use it off of match start, but if you got to 500 gold and then bought an infusion and then invaded the jungle and looked for a fight, you're going to catch someone really off guard where they're not going to understand what's going on, why you're doing so much damage or you're doing so well. So the trade-off there is, if you don't turn it into a kill or a couple kills or a massive counter jungle clear, then it's very inefficient use of gold, and you're going to find yourself behind on items. But if you can parlay it into some kills, then you might find yourself up and in really good shape in the early game.
Yep, so you can see right now, because of the weapon infusion, I'm actually very strong. I'm tanky, do a good amount of damage. And then I bought it because I was already level 12, and I suspected the game wouldn't last too much more than 5 minutes with the way things were going. Which is so far holding true. It just ran out, but I would actually buy another one if I had the chance.
Wait, so was that a Krull solo Kraken?
Yeah, it was entirely Krull, yeah.
So again, Krull can pull off something like that because he can drop Smite, give himself the extra health he needs to stick around and last with the Kraken there. So that's definitely something you can do in the late game if you time it right.
Okay, good game, guys.
13-0-8. This is not last game, huh?
What do you mean last game? That last game never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there were some competitive team fights in there, but some good decisions, and there you go. All right, good game. So I am going to give away some more ice. Shin, feel free if you want, Could play with me, could play with Fury if you want to get a dev in there for
Oh,
a match.
that would be great. Did both of you want to play? We could try to play against 3 other viewers or something like that. Although granted, there wouldn't be someone to monitor chat as much.
Yeah, I think probably one of us should stick around there. Let me give away the you think about it for a minute, who you prefer to play with there. I'm gonna give away some ice. I'm also gonna grab a glass of water. So I'm gonna grab some water and then I'm gonna give away some ice. I'll be right back.
What were some people that I haven't picked yet? I'm trying to pick people that I know have not had the chance to play. Wicked Exempt.
All right, so the 3 winners, we're going to do 3 more winners here of 1,000 ice each. To be eligible, all you have to do is be watching the stream live and be following the channel, and you are eligible to win. And this is completely random. I'm just using a Twitch tool that picks them for me. So the first winner is MiG567 is a winner. I'm going to put it in the stream. The second winner is Skyraker. Put it in the stream. Is a winner. And the third winner for this match is something that is not pronounceable in the English language, so I'm going to put it in the chat.
I kind of want to give it a shot. What is that?
So, congrats to all of you. I'm going to throw, it's going to be a little messy, but I'm going to throw from my notes all the winners so far into the chat here. So here's the winner recap. Congrats to everyone who has won so far. And we'll also put it in the forums, for people who might be coming late or if the chat is going by too fast there. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 12 winners already. So that's 12,000 ice given away already. I think we're going to do at least one more match, so at least 3,000 more ice is going to be given away. For anyone who's joining us really late, this is Shinkagen, a guest hosting for Zkent this week.
Hey guys.
What's that?
I just said hey guys. I just waved.
And I'm Playoff Beard on audio only. I'm one of the super evil devs. We also have Fury in the chat and other devs dropping in and out when they can. Double Glory Weekend has already started, so after the live stream is over, definitely go play and earn glory faster. You can use it to unlock heroes and some super secret stuff to come. Free hero rotation turned over on Tuesday. It turns over every Tuesday. It's got Taka in it now, so if you haven't had a chance to play Taka, go check that out. And if you want to stream like Shinkagen is here, go check out the live stream section of the forums where Zkent has posted some how-tos and also the details on the ICE program where you can earn ICE just from streaming Vainglory. That's just an extra thank you. And if you're enjoying Shinkagen, definitely check out his personal live stream channel where he streams a lot more often than this weekly official stream. That's twitch.tv/Shinkagen. I watch it all the time. I pull it up on my iPhone and just watch him, on the couch, in my downtime, and it's super fun. And if you didn't see his 1v1 tournament with real spectation, I feel like it was a glimpse of the future of Vainglory in some ways, and had some really great commentary from him and 80, and it is definitely worth checking out. So go look at the archives of that. If you missed the Q&A live stream from last week of Captain Nito, our head of creative, our lead hero designer, you can find that on Vainglory Casual. I'll put that link in the chat. So go watch last week's official stream. It was a really great live Q&A while Zkent also played.
Okay, so I went ahead and started the game. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were speaking, but did you want to join us for the next game playoff period?
So you're gonna do another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more.
All right, if you want to stick around, I'll do one more after that too. So
all right,
yeah,
awesome.
If you want, I'll play in the bonus match, and we'll do one more for fun.
Like like I said, I wanted to give all you guys as much ice as I can. So, and it's a lot of fun, and I actually didn't get a chance to say this, but thank you to Super Evil Mega Corp for asking me to host the stream. It's been a lot of fun to play for everyone. Let's go ahead and play it again. So this is interesting. So all members of their team actually stayed on the other side. So it shows up as 1v5, but 2 of them will be automatically switching to my side. The problem here is which 2. So this can create some interesting team comps. Okay, this actually worked out because we have one laner as well as 2 junglers, which if you didn't know is my preferred team comp. I prefer it that way because having 2 people share lane I find is not that effective, and if you only have 1 jungler, the other 2 junglers could easily invade and pick off that guy. So I am very glad that worked out just fine. Okay, so I started off a little slow, so I can't really go for an invade. I'll go ahead and just start taking my jungle right here, and I'll just look into doing that a little bit later.
And one thing of note, just because it's going to change in update 1.1.6, in the next update, you can't do that. You need to start the match using that switch teams button, or just going with how it is as a default, but you need to make sure there are 3 players on each team for the match to kick off for various reasons. So that's a change that we're making in the update that's coming out next. So just utilize that switch teams button, if for no other reason than to make sure you have the teams that you were looking to do when you went into private match. But also, as of the next update, that's something that will be necessary for the match to kick off. Although it will start with 3 players on each team, I believe, in the next update as the default. So you won't have to change anything unless you want to change who's on each team.
Your bones will make for
Okay, that's pretty good. I know it created some odd issues with that, but I'm glad that will be resolved soon. All right, so let's go see if I can get a gank, or actually Wicked totally has it under control. I didn't have to do anything at all.
So for people asking about the next hero, check, keep an eye on the in-game news section. Not like today, but we'll be starting lore soon. That will, start to give you hints about what's to come. We never say, what update a new hero is coming in, because we're analyzing things right up until the last minute. And if we don't feel like we could feel like a hero is great, but if we don't feel like that hero is properly balanced for the rest of the heroes in the game, then that hero is not going to ship. There's a lot of criteria that Captain Nito is looking at, and so, we make those determinations pretty late before each update, whether a hero is ready. But we definitely have new heroes coming. We actually have 3 heroes who are interrelated that you're going to be seeing coming as the next 3. And we have, many more that are also in various stages of development. So, keep playing, stay tuned, keep an eye on the in-game news section. There's definitely going to be stuff coming in the coming weeks and months about multiple new heroes.
Okay, so let's see. So I'm probably gonna build in a similar manner. If you take a quick look at their team, they're actually building entirely weapon damage. Saw has weapon, Jewel is building some weapon, and so is Ringo. So armor is definitely gonna be a very important thing to build in this game. There's 2 major armor items. There is the Atlas Pauldron and the other one whose name escapes me, Metal Jacket. So both are good for different things. Atlas Pauldron is better against attack speed people, whereas Metal Jacket is for everyone else. So if I look at the team, they have both have Saw and Ringo. Both those would be greatly affected by Atlas, so I might consider doing that. Or maybe even both, because again, they're all weapon, and I want to build against what they're building right now.
So again, for anyone who's kind of newer to the game, if you see blue items on the end, pull up the scoreboard. If you see a lot of blue on the enemy team, that's crystal. That means for your defense, you want shielding, you want yellow, and that will prevent, or that will, mitigate some of that crystal damage. If you see a lot of red on the enemy team, that's weapon, and then you want to build those kind of brownish gold ones that Shin was just talking about. You want to build armor if you see red. So that's just kind of the most simple equation possible, is build yellow when you see blue, build that goldish, kind of brown color when you see red, and that's going to really help you, just with your matches in general. And then one more tip, kind of more intermediate tip, when you see a tension bow on the enemy team, if there is like a Ringo with tension bow who is just, being a nightmare for you, there's two things you should know. Health is going to help there. So build a dragon heart if you're facing a tension bow that is really annoying you. Another thing is that tension bow, that's kind of like a one-off of a lot of damage. So a lot of people take that tension bow hit and run away because they just had a chunk of health disappear. That's a lot of the time not what you want to do. A lot of the time what you want to do is, after you get hit with tension bow, you want to go in because they've just done the bulk of the damage they can do, and now it's your turn to do damage. So don't be afraid of that tension bow. If you've already taken the damage, then you might want to engage at that point, and if you don't want to take that much damage next time, you can build a dragon heart. But the simplest thing is blue equals yellow shielding, and red equals armor.
Yeah, so it's really nice that everything is kind of color-coded in this way, so even at a glance, I don't need to know what exactly each item does. I just know that in general, I glance at this, most of the items on the other team are in fact red. So armor is definitely the way to go. So I talked about earlier how many characters can be built differently. In the first game, I built more as a tank. So in this game, I'm going to go more of the weapon power build.
Hey Shin, people are saying that the stream died.
Oh, did it?
So
it seems like it's fine. That's interesting.
Stream died, it's back. Okay, so I guess it's back now.
Huh. Okay, so if there's any issues, maybe refresh. Although I think it's okay right now.
I'll try to check. Okay, it's back.
Okay, great. Sorry about that, everyone. They're so low. I'm so tempted to kind of just dash in there and see what I could do, but that's a very risky move.
Hero kill.
Okay, so what are you thinking now as Glaive?
So right now, in terms of like my item build, are the things I'm trying to look out for.
Like tactically.
Okay, so in this case, I want to land my stun in the most in the best way possible. The most obvious way is to knock like someone squishy on the team, like Ringo, back into our team. That's the purpose that most people do, but keep in mind that it can also be served to do the opposite. I could keep unwanted people on their team off of our squishy people. So if I see like Jewel, for instance, is hopping on Adagio here, I can use my afterburn to knock them away. Now, at the same time, I'm also trying to keep in mind other things like is Saw spun up. If he spun up, maybe I should prioritize hitting him first. Who else is low right now?
So a couple of housekeeping things real quick. I have no idea why the stream kicked out all of the mobile viewers. So if you're finding your way back in now, thank you for coming back. I have no idea what happened there, but thank you for coming back to the stream. Welcome back.
That's interesting.
And for Mig and anyone else who won Ice already, who's wondering how they get it, all you have to do is make sure you sent that message to Vainglory on Twitch with your player name and your server region, and then after the stream is over, me or Fury, this is Playoff Beard, me or Fury will go in and manually add your ice for you. So you don't have to do anything else after you've sent that message. For everyone asking about chat, so if you are in Southeast Asia or South America, you have the very beginnings of chat, party queue chat in the game already. We have been doing a slow rollout of chat and really monitoring that for both performance and other factors like toxicity. And we're really taking our time with that because it's something we really want to get right. So there are additional kind of improvements coming in 1.1.6, but I'm going to tell you, like, don't wait with bated breath. We're gonna hold chat until we feel like we got it right and it's the right experience for the players, and then we will roll it out worldwide. And I'll definitely be updating in the forums and everywhere else on chat. But it's something we're gonna make sure we get right. But if you're looking for chat in the game, chat is, and you don't have it yet, chat is definitely coming. And if you're worried about the toxicity of chat, that's one of the reasons why we're going so slow, and we're going to make sure we do, you know, all kind of forms of game communication in a way that we think is going to be supportive of the player base.
Okay, so let's look at how this team fight is going. So right now, I'm trying to think where to place my stun. So in that case, I just sort of just ran in there head first. So my goal there was, because I saw two low HP people, I wanted to get in between them and then cast my ultimate. So if you don't know what his ultimate does, it's called Blood Song, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, Blood Song. And so for every attack that I do, or for every time I get hit, it adds 1 stack of Blood Song. Every stack of Blood Song gives me passive amounts of lifesteal, and also increases the damage of my ultimate when I do cast it. At that time, I believe I was at 20 stacks, so I knew I had a lot of damage coming. If I managed to get in between them and use the skill, both people would probably die.